We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
So, a question I'm often asked is, what is Forever United?
FU on my chest, they ask me what is that about?
Which is good, because that means people are seeing the brand. They're either seeing it on the van, they're seeing the products me and my friends are wearing, or they're catching us at events. The short answer is, Forever United is just a clothing brand. It's a streetwear lifestyle brand that I created in 2010. So what does that mean, Forever United? Well, pretty much exactly what it says. People tend to see the FU in the logo and form their own opinion, but the brand was built on one key concept, and that was to unite. So in high school, I became a fan of several different streetwear companies. One brand in particular I was wearing as much as I could. And, by my senior year, I thought it'd be pretty cool to possibly work for a clothing brand one day. Always being pretty artistic in school, I had drawn tons of designs for different companies that I was a fan of. I even sent a few off, but I never got a response. Eventually, that just kind of became a back burner idea, probably not even an idea at all, just a past thought. A few years later, I was in college studying graphic design, and when I saw how competitive it was, I knew that those brands that I was paying attention to in Southern California had plenty of people right in that area that they would hire, and maybe being a t-shirt designer or working for a clothing brand was a little bit far-fetched. It was probably late 2009 when I first started thinking maybe I should start my own clothing brand. So I started trying to come up with names, and nothing really had the impact that I wanted. And weeks, maybe months later, Forever United hit me. And the first thing I thought, that's something I can brand. So I text my mom. I was like, what do you think about a clothing brand called Forever United? She texts back and she was like, that abbreviated would be FU, right? And I thought it was perfect. I knew that living in a college town, the market that I was going to go after, from people that are hanging out in bars, house parties, and clubs, like they love that rebellious type brand, but then I'd have that double entendre of a really powerful message that I would be delivering with the idea of Forever United and bringing people together. And so I started working out the concept and laying out all the initial drawings and sketches for the logo. So when I put the logo together, I knew I wanted it to have just as much concept as the brand name. And so I started with a ring on the outside, and the ring symbolizes unity, a bond that can't be broken. And typically, looking at the logo, and if you're unfamiliar with it, you see the U and the F, and you kind of think that that's the order. But that's also a play on how we tend to do things in society. You see, we often form our opinions or judgments of a person based on their outward appearance. And that's not how things should go. We should never really judge people based on what they are, but who they are on the inside. And so if you look on the inside of our logo, it starts with the F, then out to the U. The thing about Forever United is we're totally against discrimination of any kind, whether it be race, religion, political background, economic status. These are just the things that make us different, and it makes us unique. And what's a world without unique individuals? That doesn't mean that we can't get along, even if we don't always agree. So we should always be united. And that's the idea behind creating Forever United. The motto, Dream, Live, Experience, is something that I wanted to do to motivate and inspire the fans of the brand. The brand was built to be a positive influence, and I thought that, chasing your dreams and living those dreams would be the perfect way to inspire others to go out and do the things that they would want to do with their life, just like I did with this brand. So the first thing I did when I got the logo made was I think I went and got a decal made for my truck. Yeah, I got a decal made for my truck, and I just started riding around town and places where I was hanging out. People would always, see it and, wonder what it was. I posted it on Facebook and had people asking questions. And so I was telling them, I think I'm going to start a clothing brand here in a few months, and we're going to start with t-shirts and see where it can go from there. Then it was time for our first t-shirt release. With streetwear being such an oversaturated market, I wanted to create something that would set us aside from all the other brands out there. What I came up with was the Forever United middle finger tee. On the front, a large FU logo. On the back, a bigger skeleton middle finger. This tee definitely got us noticed. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people loved it. We sold out maybe in a couple months, and shortly after, I discontinued the design because that wasn't the impression I wanted to make on the young kids that were also watching. What is Forever United? It's more than a clothing brand. It's a lifestyle choice. We're about respect for others, chasing our dreams, and having fun. We are the United Ones. You should be too.